This is a recreation of the talk given by Robert Moss at Cloud Foundry Summit Europe 2016 on leveraging existing data as Cloud Foundry services. The challenge as an enterprise is that you accumulate years of data that's a fundamental part of your business, and you need to be able to access them in a controlled and regulated way. The solution to this challenge is increasing developer productivity by integrating existing services into Cloud Foundry. But the issue with that is adding provided services is too manual. The developer has to contact operations, and operations has to give access to the database, but it takes too much time with compliance procedures, and creating a new service broker is too time-consuming and takes up too much of developer resources. So in our case, we have Maureen, who's a developer that has the issue of needing access to a Postgres database that has customer information that she's trying to obtain from operations. She wants to make a cloud-native application using pre-existing data from older databases in a self-service fashion. And then we have Rick from Operations Management, who needs to create a service for multiple developers to use in Cloud Foundry with proper controls. His issue was having to do this repeatedly for multiple developers. He wants to be able to enable developers to build with existing data in a controlled and safe environment built on trusted assets. The solution is the Cloudsoft Service Broker, allowing you to deploy database-type services into a cloud location of your choice. It's quicker and simpler than creating your own service broker, and also faster than managing multiple brokers. It provides permission-based access to pre-existing databases as managed services, no longer acquiring user-provided services. It also allows you to connect trusted enterprise databases and software, controls service provisioning, and access in line with companies' best practices. With the Cloudsoft Service Broker UI, we provide a simple form that allows you to create access to existing services. By filling out the form, it adds a new service definition to the service broker, creating a read-only user on that database. Creating new users in the system can be hard, and by adding them as read-only, it prevents them from accidentally causing harm. The Cloudsoft Service Broker UI, which uses Cloudsoft AMP, also easily allows you to deploy new services using blueprints, also adding service definitions. But this time, instead of configuring based on the user, we can configure based on the VMs we're provisioning to, such as operating system, nodes in a cluster, etc. Once a blueprint's created in the UI, you can deploy across public, private, multiple clouds, VMs, or physical hardware. The Cloudsoft Service Broker is available through Open Source Cloud Foundry, Atos Cloud Foundry, the Pivotal Network, and are in progress with a few others. You can get it at cloudsoft.io/getcsb. Now for a demonstration of the Cloudsoft Service Broker in action. Opening with the view of Rick from Operations Manager, we will first look at databases. None are available, so we'll add one. We'll enter the credentials for an admin user on a Postgres database who can create other users. Entering the credentials and giving it a name will be visible in the Cloud Foundry Marketplace once it's done. We will test the connection to make sure that we enter credentials correctly and then save it. Once the service broker has been updated, we'll then need to add access to the relevant orgs that will be available. Now that it's been made available to all, we'll switch over to Maureen's view. She needs to find the service, so she'll enter CF Marketplace to find the customer's database that's now available. She can create service, which is where the user is created. As you can see, her app has no data, So now she can CF bind service to the Spring customers database and then restages the app so that the new environment variables can populate. We'll speed up the bind in the process, and when we refresh our application, the customer details will be available. When we attempt to add a customer, as you will recall, we set the permission to read only. We will see that we're not able to. Back in Rick's view, he can see that a new user was attempted to be created and can investigate further to look up the password and username credentials that were used to create that new user. And that is how we manage databases with the Cloudsoft Service Broker and AMP. Now we will see how AMP and Cloudsoft Service Broker can provision services across multiple clouds. We will create a new service, a couch-based service, with the service name, description, and URL. We will then choose from the catalog of services, providing us a base entity for our plan, and insert some configuration YAML. In this case, we're inserting provisioning properties of virtual machines, setting the minimum amount of RAM to 1 gig and the medium to 3 gigs. We'll then save this. Once this has been saved, it should become available in the AMP Services tab. We will then be able to access it through the Service Broker and into Cloud Foundry. Making sure it was successfully created and enabling it to be used by significant orgs, we will just use all for this demo. Then when we switch back to Maureen's view, we can see that Couchbase is available in her marketplace and that she can create a service. Rick can also check that the service is available and has the ability to look into the service and view the metrics, including the requests per second per node. You can also choose a different service broker and access requirements through them as well. This will conclude our demonstration of Cloudsoft AMP and the Cloudsoft Service Broker provisioning services across multiple clouds, and also on the demonstration of leveraging existing data across Cloud Foundry services.